Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLamey, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. Hey, architecture firm owners and emerging leaders. Get ready for unparalleled insight into the development of a world-class architecture firm and a worldwide organization driving the digital transformation of the design and construction industry. With Build Smart, the podcast that's changing how our profession operates. We share the incredible stories behind innovation in the building industry with my friend and co-host, Patrick McLamey, FAIA, former CEO of the international architecture firm, HOK.
You know, Yamasaki's office or firm lasted during his lifetime. And when he passed away, I think that was the end of the Yamasaki office. Helmut did not want that. He wanted a firm that would live out and grow beyond the founders.
In Season 1, discover the untold stories behind HOK's meteoric rise, from 150 employees in St. Louis to a powerhouse with over 1,900 staff members and 27 offices worldwide.
You know, they weren't as polite as the Kojima people. That was just boom. And anytime you have a creditor, whether it's Kojima or the bank, that wants their money, unless you can raise money someplace else, you are out of business.
Bankrupt. And hold on tight for Season 2, where Patrick takes us on a new adventure as chairman of Building Smart International, shaping the future of digital transformation in the design, construction, and operation of built assets.
Ian Howell, Ken Harold, and I, Ken was my technical representative from HOK. The three of us took a tour of Europe of 5 cities in 5 days. Very busy time.
Simply follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Smart now and uncover lessons that will transform you and your architecture firm. Welcome to the EntreArchitect Studio. Hi, my name is Mark R. LePage, and you are listening to EntreArchitect Podcast, where every Friday I speak with inspiring, passionate people who share their knowledge and expertise, all to help you build a better business as a small firm entrepreneur architect. EntreArchitect Studio is a series of special bonus episodes where I invite inspiring, passionate people to share their knowledge and information about the building products and the services to help you build better buildings. I'm glad you're here. Let's go see who's joining us today at the EntreArchitect Studio. So who are you and what do you do?
My name is Kevin Harris. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing for AGS Stainless. We are a custom railing manufacturer, Mark, located in the Seattle, Washington area. And we're unique because where most custom railing is fabricated by a local metal worker, someone that is located geographically close to the project, we specialize in off-site fabrication. So we fabricate 100% off-site. We componentize the railing system. We number the components. We create the installation instructions, which basically say all the parts numbered like this, put them here. So it really simplifies installation, and it makes it so that the railing system arrives at the job site ready to be installed. And rather than being dependent on a highly skilled professional, a metal fabricator with 15, 20 years experience, the builder can install the railing with their own team. So no special tools or skills are needed. There's no on-site cutting or welding. Everything goes together very, very quickly, very simply, because it's been custom designed for that project and then fabricated entirely off-site. So that's what AGS Stainless does. And as more and more architects find out that when they want custom railing on their project, they have another option besides the traditional method, which is you specify custom railing and then you leave it to the builder to choose the fabricator. And you never really know what kind of quality you're going to get, because it just depends on who's available in the market at that time to provide a bid to the general contractor. However, with offsite fabrication, it's very, very difficult for a local fabricator to match the standard of quality that is inherent in offsite fabrication, because we never have to deal with field modifications. So when we build everything in a quality control environment, product quality goes way up, product cost comes down, and you make it so that the builder is less dependent on the highly skilled labor trade. And then besides the work that I do with AGS Stainless, I'm also on the executive committee for the AIA's Custom Residential Architects Network, CRAN.
Sure.
So CRAN is a 3,000 member AIA knowledge community that is focused on residential design. And the work that I do with CRAN is very broad in terms of we try to find ways that we can leverage the tools that AIA puts together. Oftentimes for larger firms, we try to take what we can of that and share it out to the smaller firms, which make up most of our members. Residential design is mostly smaller firms. And then I also do a lot of work with the National Association of Home Builders. So I'm on several leadership committees there. The leading Suppliers Council, which is about 100 of some of the best known architectural product manufacturers in the world. And then the leading Suppliers Council supports many of the other committees at the National Association of Home Builders. So I also serve, on the executive committee for the single family builders and the remodelers. So doing a lot of work in both the NAHB and the AIA, sharing best practices between the two organizations with architects and builders, primarily centered on residential construction and design.
Yeah, love it. I love that you're involved in the community, working hard at bringing everybody together and sharing knowledge. It's exactly what we're trying to promote here at EntreArchitect, so I appreciate you for doing that.
Thank you.
I want to know more about the railings, because I'm a residential architect as well, and I've specified plenty of stainless railings, all field built, just like you said. So if I was going to work with AGS Stainless, and I love the idea, I think it's a fantastic idea, right? Everything that's pre-manufactured typically has very high quality standards. But if I do custom projects, right, and how do you ensure that that the design and the fit of those railings, when they show up on the site and the contractor assembles them, that they're actually going to do what they're supposed to do? How do you ensure that quality control?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think it's the kind of question that is in a lot of professionals in our industry's minds, specifically when it comes to custom, because with custom, it's different than if everything's already built. A lot of times we're working with the architect during the design part, and then it's some time before they actually need railing. And in the meantime, everything gets built out, and maybe the tile is slightly off.
Right.
What are we going to do there? So it's a kind of question that we try to really put the architect at ease by saying, at AGS Stainless, we have been fabricating custom stainless railing for well over 30 years, and it's the only thing we do. So during this time, we've developed a process that really ensures that the railing is going to be delivered, it's going to fit, and it's going to be a great solution. Whereas local fabricators in our industry, we refer to them as job shops, because what you have is a master metal craftsman who can build literally anything out of metal. So they're building tables, trellises, hoods for gas ranges,
right,
door hardware, on and on and on. Whereas a company like AGS, we're super specialists. We only do one thing, fabricate stainless railing. So where a local fabricator, before they start on the railing for your custom home, they've got to tear down the jigs that they used at their shop to fabricate the hood systems for that last project. They've got to create the new jigs for your railing system. If they don't do a lot of railing, they've got to rent the welding equipment so they can go on site and do the field modifications. With offsite fabrication, we don't do any of that stuff. So we only fabricate railing systems. So we're not creating jigs and breaking down jigs, which of course somebody has to pay for all that work. Right? It's the customer ultimately. So we don't do any of that stuff. The tools that we use are all specifically focused on railing. So for an example, many local fabricators would be using CNC equipment to do that work. Whereas at AGS, because the only thing we do is railing system, we've invested in state-of-the-art fiber laser tube cutting equipment. This equipment is so precise, it can create a hole that's accurate to 4 1/1000ths of an inch. So in terms of precision and accuracy and quality, very difficult for a local metal fabricator to match that. And then in terms of how do we handle the differences, we build the entire railing system out on paper first. So we would take, Mark, your drawings, and we're assuming at this point that the project's been awarded to the contractor. We'd take your drawings and we would lay everything out in a 2D drawing and send that back, 2D railing drawing, to the builder. On that drawing will be balloons.
Got it.
Where he can capture the point-to-point measurements. The builder sends that back to us. We then create the final drawing, which we send back to the builder for approval. The builder signs off on the final drawings, sends them back to us. We then create the shop drawings. And again, everything goes through our very sophisticated design process and fabrication process. And then once the railing's been fabricated and all the components numbered, we create the installation instructions. And the installation instructions will make it very simple for the builder's team. Installation instructions say, the post numbered like this, put them here. The post numbered like this, put them here. Let's say it's a cable infill project. We cut all the cable runs to length. We put the end fittings on. We wrap all the cable runs in separate bags so that they're really like cards in a deck. So the builder's team lays out the posts according to installation instructions, deals out the cable runs like cards in the deck. They are on and off that project very, very quickly. And if there is a discrepancy, like the tile is off a little bit, because we have everything all built out on computer, it's very easy for us to have the builder's installation team capture the current measurements, get that information to us, and then we will just refabricate those components that are off. So super simple. And again, when you only do one thing, you've been doing it for 30 years, And, we really started just working with homeowners. And so our installation is designed for the homeowner to do. So for the builder, it is the easiest railing installation they will ever tackle, because it's built so that basically anyone can install a railing.
Yeah. It's such a great idea to have it all pre-manufactured. I love that process. I've worked with other companies doing other types of, I've worked with kitchen companies who do cabinetry, and similar process that the shop drawings are being developed, bubbles being, prepared, person responsible for those measurements, take those measurements, and then it gets manufactured and delivered, installed by a contractor. It's a great system, works really well, very high quality when you do that. So I love it. I noticed on the website that there's a professionals section with a bunch of information, so you can learn more about AGS Stainless. But there's also a resources section with AIA, continuing education courses, and ADA information. All the brochures are there, so it makes it really easy to specify AGS as well. So is there anything else that you want to share before we wrap things up here, Kevin?
Well, I think that in terms of the future, although most architects are going to be familiar, as you said, Mark, with specifying the product, the apparently successful bidder wins, then they select the fabricator, and that's kind of the go-to solution. We really encourage architects to consider offsite fabrication, not just for custom railing, but for many of the architectural components on your projects. One of the reasons for that is just simply the number one challenge for builders is the skilled labor shortage. It has been that way for a few years now. Supply chain breaks leveled up over the last few years, but skilled labor shortage is still number one. And when you specify 100% offsite fabrication for whatever components of your project you take a tremendous burden off the builder. Because if I use railing as an example, the building's got to hire the metal fabricator. The metal fabricator is going to be a separate business that's going to come on, and basically they're artisans. And, the builder is like, yeah, I want it to look gorgeous, but I got to get off this project. I got another project, and here you have an artisan craftsman there. So when you go with offsite fabrication, you're going to give your builder some great tools they're going to really appreciate. Number one, you give the builder complete control of the ornamental railing. The builder can just install the railing with their own crew. In fact, we've had builders prepping for Street of Dreams projects. And those things are super short timeline. You got to get it done because it opens up. And we've had builders just have the drywall team install the railing because everything's all spelled out. Everything's all numbered. Installation instructions are clear. So when you specify architectural components that are fabricated, I should say complex architectural components that are fabricated entirely offsite, you allow the builder to control completely that part of the project. You allow the builder to just use their own team to install that component, so they're not dealing with, in our industry, 8 to 9 month lead times for custom railing for a local metal fabricator. Whereas for us, it's 4 weeks. 4 weeks of product shipped out, everything's numbered, the builder can install and move on to the next project. So my final kind of thoughts are, to the extent possible, look for ways to use products that are fabricated entirely offsite in your projects. You'll do your builders a great favor, and they'll be very, very pleased.
His name is Kevin Harris. The company is AGS Stainless Incorporated. AGS Stainless is featured over at our friends ARCAT at arcat.com, arcat.com. Or you can learn all kinds of stuff over at the AGS website. Go to agsstainless.com. You can learn all about their cable rails, their glass rails, and their whole process and systems. Kevin, I appreciate you for coming by and saying hi to our community and sharing a little bit about AGS Stainless. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me on.
Before we jump off, what's the best way that they can connect with you directly, personally?
Well, they can come to the CRAN Symposium in Chicago next week. That would be the easiest. That's an AIA CRAN Symposium. We do it once a year. But if you can't make the symposium in Chicago next week, you can reach me at kevin@agsstainless.com.
All right, great. Kevin@agsstainless.com. Thanks, Kevin. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark. We'll see you.
If you liked this episode of the EntreArchitect Podcast, please share a rating on your podcast player right now. Go ahead, click 5 stars. Then write a review and share a link to this special episode with a friend. This episode of the EntreArchitect Studio, it was brought to you by ARCAT, the online resource delivering quality building material information, CAD details, BIM, specifications, and so much more, all for free at arcat.com. Go check them out, arcat.com. EntreArchitect is a member of Gable Media, the largest, most engaged podcast network in the world that's dedicated exclusively to the AEC industry. Listen and subscribe to all the shows at gablemedia.com. That's GABL media.com. If you offer building products or serve the AEC industry and you want to join me here at the EntreArchitect Studio, let's connect. Send me an email at podcast@entrearchitect.com. That's podcast@entrearchitect.com. Thanks for listening to this special episode here at the EntreArchitect Studio. I'll be back with our next regular episode of the EntreArchitect Podcast this Friday. Until then, love, learn, and share what you know.
Imagine earning continuing education credits while doing exactly what you're doing right now. Well, you can. Gable Media has revolutionized the way you earn your continuing education credits with a groundbreaking approach. Forget running around town and scouring the internet for credit-worthy courses. Fulfill your CE requirements effortlessly by listening to engaging podcasts just like the one you're listening to now. Our podcasts are designed to educate, entertain, and inspire, all in a user-friendly environment. But wait, there's more. Architects, Gable Media is also approved as an AIA continuing education services provider. Upon completion, we handle everything, from reporting your hours directly to the AIA to storing your certificates in your personal Gable Media profile for your self-reporting needs. So follow the link in the show notes and start earning your credits in the most innovative and entertaining way possible with Gable Media.
Attention architects and creative minds, get ready to supercharge your brand with Build Your Brand, the podcast that's unlocking the secrets of branding success for creatives. Hey there, it's Mark Arlepage, founder of EntreArchitect, and I'm inviting you to join my friend, architect marketing expert Jeff Eccles at Build Your Brand podcast, where he explores the captivating stories of the world's top brands and transforms their lessons into powerful moves for small firm architects and creatives like you. In Season 1, Jeff shares the thrilling tale of Southwest Airlines, where he dissects their journey to the summit and distills it into strategies tailor-made for you.
It's important to keep in mind that companies like Southwest compete in the real world, just like you, and face real-world challenges, just like you. You might be surprised at how similar those challenges are to the struggles that you grapple with on a day-to-day basis.
Don't miss out on your blueprint for success. Subscribe, tune in, and let's build your brand together.
You may have noticed that the very best brands in the world are also known for having somewhat unique corporate cultures. That's often the glue that holds everything together when they encounter those rough spots.
We don't do it because it inconveniences the passengers to whom we are primarily dedicated, the short haul, frequent flyer.
Follow the link in the show notes to subscribe to Build Your Brand today. Remember, no matter the size, the journey's the same. Your brand's journey to the top starts here.